Have you ever felt like you're just going through the motions? Like you're playing a role that doesn't really feel like you? Well, you're not alone. Existentialist philosophers like Jean-Paul Sartre and Martin Heidegger had a lot to say about this feeling. And today, we're going to talk about one of their biggest ideas, authenticity. Existentialism is a philosophical movement that focuses on individual freedom, choice, and the search for meaning in life. It suggests that life has no inherent meaning and it is up to each person to create their own purpose through their actions and decisions. Existentialists believe that humans are not defined by any particular essence or nature. Instead, they are free agents responsible for shaping their own existence. This philosophy often emphasizes the importance of living authentically, staying true to one's own beliefs and values even in the face of societal pressures or norms. Authenticity is a philosophical concept that centers on the idea of being true to oneself. It involves living in accordance with one's values, beliefs, and desires, rather than conforming to external pressures or societal expectations. Philosophers suggest that authenticity requires a deep understanding of oneself, including acknowledging one's strengths, weaknesses, desires, and motives. This awareness enables individuals to act and make decisions that are genuine and aligned with their true selves. Additionally, authenticity involves personal integrity and the courage to express one's identity genuinely. This means maintaining consistency between one's inner values and outward behavior. It is about having the freedom to make choices that are reflective of one's true nature without succumbing to external influences or the fear of judgment. Authenticity, however, has some challenges to it, such as bad faith. According to Sartre, to live in bad faith is to deceive ourselves about the limits of our own freedom. It is to convince ourselves that we have to be a certain way, or else, when really there are far more possibilities available to us. Though our lives take place in the wider context of society, bad faith arises from self-imposed constraints on how we view ourselves or spend our lives. Bad faith is the denial of our own freedom. Living in bad faith is like living as a thing rather than a being. A rock, for say, cannot choose to be thrown from a cliff, or even to become something more than a rock. We, however, as human beings, can choose to become something more than what we are. We are what we are not, and we are not what we are. You may not be an astronaut currently, but you can become an astronaut if you so choose to be. Also, if someone thinks themselves as a quiet person, they have the freedom to break from that. Sartre argues that we humans are not trapped by our past. We have the freedom to break from it, and we can do so by living authentically.
Oh man, I really gotta go to the bathroom. Why is a crutch in the way? Hey man, why'd you throw my crutch? What do you mean? I had to. It was in my way. You could have set it down nicely or asked me to move it. Well, you could have moved it out of the way of the door. That's not my fault. But you still threw it. Are you not accepting responsibility for your actions? No, I had to do it. It's not my fault. Oh man, I really gotta go to the bathroom. Why is a crutch in the way? Hey man, why'd you throw my crutch? Well, it was in my way. I acted in full consciousness, and I accept responsibility for my actions. I apologize. Thank you for your apology. You could have moved it in a nicer way, or asked me to move it. I know. But I, and solely I, acted on this decision. So I accept the consequences of my decision.
So, how can we live authentically? 1. Own your own freedom. You always have choices, even when they're difficult. 2. Question the norms. Ask yourself, am I doing this because I want to, or because I think I should, or society thinks I should? 3. Accept responsibility. No one else is responsible for defining your life except you. Existentialist authenticity is about taking ownership of your life. It's not about being perfect, it's about being real. So ask yourself, are you living authentically, or are you just playing a role? The choice is yours.